access the backend database. Okay, we are going to see. So once it is completed, then I will show the shell commands. Okay, the first I want to show you how to access this MongoDB, a simple collection object. I mean the collection by using Node Express Web API. Okay, right. So for this, you need to install Node and you need to install MongoDB and you need to create one collection and later you need to install VS Code. Okay. So next you need to create a project with Node Express and all. So the first software, I'm sharing the screen. Just a minute. Now, so first you need to install the MongoDB locally because see, the cloud I will show you. I mean, you can use the free account also. Okay, right. First, I want to install MongoDB community server. Right, this one. So, see, MongoDB community server. You need to download it. See the version 8,
Your
Windows
voice is
6,
breaking a
MSI.
little bit in between.
Right. So now download the software here. So just in the Google type MongoDB community server so that you can install it locally, right? So here I'm showing how to access MongoDB database and how to perform some operations by using Node Express with the Mongo client. Okay, right. So see this MongoDB community server. So MSI, Microsoft installer file on Windows x64. Just download it. You click on it, you can get it. Okay, right. So now I already downloaded it to save the time.
Sir, which version we have to download?
So the present 8 version, no issues. Okay. If you want, I will show you this one. See, 8.0.6. Okay.
Sir, it is taking time. The
Yeah.
file
Hello.
is big. The file
Hello.
is big, sir. It's taking little bit time.
Yeah, that's why you can do it later, right? Right. So it just see, it may take maximum 2 minutes or 3 minutes, not more than that. Okay. So here, see this one, MongoDB Windows. I downloaded it. So now 718 MB, 718 MB. Just double click on it. Click on next, accept, next. Okay, I want to go for complete installation. Now this one is very important. Okay, because it's a MongoDB server. You want to make it available to a specific user or whenever suppose a intranet application, a intranet is there in your company, just assume. I mean that more than one computer connected through a network. Okay. So I mean intranet, not internet, intranet. Okay. So those who are connected to your network, okay, they can access this software just by a service name. See, run service as a network service user. This is the important point. Okay. So here run service as a network service user. Now the service name is MongoDB. So this service name could be changed, okay, according to your company name. Remember that. Suppose if this MongoDB is maintained by your some company, okay, some X company, then that company name with name with that some DBS, okay, like that. So in such a way, the service name could be changed, okay, according to that one, right? So now next. See, right now I'm not changing anything here. Okay. Suppose if you want to make it available to a specific domain, okay, then suppose in your company multiple teams are there, for example, to a specific team only, to specific users only, you want to make it available, then go for second option, radio button. The second radio button, run service as a local or a domain user. So I'm not going for this one, the first one, run service as a network service user. So the service name, I don't want to change the service name also, MongoDB default. Click on next. See, now the most important, I want to make this job simple. I want the client software also. The client software is MongoDB Compass. So when you are installing this MongoDB community edition, community server, it asks you, okay, you want MongoDB Compass also? Yes, we need client also to interact with the server component. Okay, so the client component is MongoDB Compass. So to avoid the complexity, okay, see, just to avoid the installation of one more step for to install the MongoDB Compass, here check this checkbox. Install MongoDB Compass at the left side at the bottom. Install MongoDB Compass also along with this MongoDB community server. So click on this. Next, install. So this installation may take 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes also, depending upon your net speed. So that please wait and don't wait. See, sometimes it may be idle, but don't think that, okay, nothing is happening or it is stuck. No, okay, it is extracting, it is downloading and it is extracting that files in the runtime memory so that it takes time. Don't worry about that. Okay, right. You can install this MongoDB Compass separately also, but that is not at all required because along with this MongoDB community server, you can down it happens as a part of it. So the total required softwares are Node, VS Code, MongoDB, and MongoDB Compass. Totally 4 softwares are required. 2 are happening right now. Next, you need to install 2. One is Node platform. Okay. Next, VS Code editor, because to write a Node Express code. Okay. That is.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So, same for the Linux as well.
Same for
Linux.
you need to change that one. You need to change that MongoDB uh, that installer file.
Okay, no. I'm install file just only change or something another client will be used for this.
No, same. Okay. But you need to
So,
change the versions.
okay.
You need to change the type. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank,
Finish.
thank you, sir.
Right. See this. Welcome to Compass. Close this. Right. So now this Compass is open. Now it is asking add new connection. See the Compass can be used to connect with local server and it can be used to connect with a cloud. Okay, MongoDB which is available on remote cloud server also. Both. Because the pattern is just addressing. Okay, if the server is on a particular cloud, it means you need to provide URL. URL which includes the HTTP protocol based path. Okay, because the cloud is located on the cloud is on internet. If you want to refer anything on the internet, it is purely HTTP protocol based. So by using a particular domain, you need to refer that one. Okay. Whereas if the server is located locally, then also you are following the same one. But instead of using domain name, okay, you are going to use a localhost keyword. That is because the server is located locally. Now, if you click on this add new connection, see that this is the URL MongoDB localhost 27017. It is a by default. Okay, just you no need to change this. MongoDB is the service name. Okay, and located on this localhost, I mean local server, right? Right, on which this Compass software is running. Okay, where the Compass software is running on the same system, the MongoDB community server is also running. Now, what is this 27017 port number? See, let us understand this port number. Let us understand this entire path. Suppose assume that, okay, so Hyderabad bus stand is there. Assume that Hyderabad bus stand. So bus stand is your system or the bus stand is a server. Remember. Okay. Now I want to go Bangalore. Okay. And someone wants to go Chennai. and someone wants to go Adilabad, someone wants to go uh, Delhi, okay, right, like that. Someone wants to go Pune, like that. Just assume. Now, those who wants to go to different locations, they are nothing but clients. Okay, they are the service seekers. They want to, we are all consumers. Okay, we are all consumers, means clients. Now, the bus stand is a server. The server is with so many services. Means service means it's nothing but software, service provider. So Bangalore is one service, Chennai is one service, okay, Mahabubnagar is one service, okay, Delhi is one service. Now the service provider is is available at a bus stand, and the service consumer should meet the service provider. So the what is the meeting point? Now all the consumers enters into the bus stand. That is common. Up to now, up to that part, okay, for every consumer, up to that part is common. Okay, who everyone enters into bus stand. That is common. But once they are entered into the bus stand, okay, they deviates. Okay, see, I want to go Chennai. Then I will go for Chennai platform. Okay, where my Chennai service provider is available. So someone who wants to go Bangalore, they will go Bangalore platform where the Bangalore service is available. Now, what is that point? That is nothing but platform. So platform is a part of a bus stand, means server. The platform is identified by platform number. That is nothing but port number. Remember that. Now, in the same way, on one particular system, okay, multiple servers are installed. Say, suppose Oracle server, SQL server, MySQL server. Okay, so in such a way, different servers. Not only servers, different softwares. But how each software is identified uniquely, okay, because for every for every software, a port number is provided. A port number is provided. So here for MongoDB, okay, also one port number is provided. See, just like for Chennai bus, okay, a platform number is provided. Say, suppose for example, platform number 42, just assume. So at the platform number 42, the Chennai bus service is available, okay, to provide its service. All the consumers who wants to consume that Chennai service, they should meet, they should reach that platform number. So that platform is a meeting point for service provider and service consumer. Okay. So that is located at okay, is it at consumer? It is at a consumer's house? No, it is at a servers. It is at a server location. Remember that. So here a server is only providing only one service. No, it is providing multiple services. So to identify every service uniquely, it adds a number that is called port number, just like a platform number in the bus stand. Remember that. Okay, so you need to send the request. So it is called endpoint also. According to the HTTP protocol, especially in the web application development, okay, the client side request. Okay, see, the consumer started to meet the service provider where he stops, where that the journey stops at a endpoint. It is called endpoint. Remember, right? It is called endpoint. So your request is raised, okay, and I mean you started and your journey at center at particular platform number point. Okay. So once you reach the platform, you stops there and you waits there for the service provider. So now you are the only person consuming that service. No, along with you. Okay. So the limited people, suppose the bus capacity is 40 seats, then only 40 consumers can consume that service. That is called load. Okay. That is. Anyway, I'm not going to explain beyond that. So that is the point here. So this is the URL. It is called URL or the endpoint, anything. So if you say save and connect, it connects to that MongoDB server. So here, see this localhost 27017. Now on the right side, if you observe the plus symbol is there, see that it is asking about create a database name, that is, and the collection name. So the database name, just assume that it is your project name. Suppose I am working for a e-commerce application. Okay. Say for example, online mart, okay, or maybe some restaurant, okay, or maybe a school, or maybe a college, anything. The collection name is nothing but a table. employees. So then create database with a collection called, even suppose you can create any number of collections, means the collection means table. So you can create any number of tables. So click on create database. So it creates a database online mart. See, on the right side of the online mart, you have a plus symbol. So here you get a plus symbol to create a collection. You can create any number of collections. By default, along with database, I created a collection called employees. Now here I can add, see this, when I click add data button, insert document, because insert document means row, one row means one object. Or if you have already data in a JSON format, you can get that, you can import that data, all the data from a JSON file also, or .csv file also. Okay, right. So I will go
Excuse
through
me,
this
sir.
later. First, so this is ready.
Sir,
Now minimize it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, what to do after clicking on new connection?
Hello.
What to do after clicking on new connection?
I showed you, na? This one, see this on the local host. Are you seeing the screen here?
Yes, sir.
On local host, the right side plus symbol is there.
Yes, sir.
sir,
Yeah, if you click on it, it is showing create a database, right?
No, sir. Before the new connection, when you clicked on add new connection, what to do next?
See,
Before
then
connection.
it loads this window, compass window, right?
sir. Hello,
Where?
sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. This is what is the admin config and local, sir? Why we created by default, and what is the use for that?
They are all default. Okay.
Yeah.
Default for, see, for every server, some settings and some local database, default database, and admin related things are created with system files. Okay, right.
Okay.
That is right. That is the
So
point. Okay,
yeah,
you are not supposed to touch that files. Remember that.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
you need to create your own database with your own collection.
Okay, so the config like that, not the default configuration file, na? Is
Yeah.
not that this is the config window you have to see config
Hmm.
icon. So it is
Hmm.
not the main configuration file for the MongoDB server, right? Or it's a
Main.
main configuration file.
See, it is a database configuration database. See this one. What is the
Oh,
icon on the left side?
yeah, admin, config, and local.
What is the icon here? The representation of the icon.
Yeah, database.
Database, that is.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Okay, right. See, that is all comes under different other concepts. Okay, it is about, see, if I started explaining every point, okay, it extends and it deviates. That is the point. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Anyway, no, nothing, no regrets. The point is, now create a database here. See this on the right side, localhost. Once you logged into the Compass, okay. So here see localhost 27017 on the right side plus symbol is there. Click on that plus symbol. It shows the tooltip icon is create database. So once you click on create any, you can create any number of databases, because suppose the database for suppose three projects you are using Mongo database. Okay, I mean MongoDB. Then three database you can create. Okay, one restaurant project, say one school project or some other. Okay, for each project you can create one separate database. Server is same, but the database are different. Assume that the database name is nothing but your project name. Okay, say um, for example, JK School. Okay, that is one project. Okay, JK School app. Okay, JK School DB. Okay, next, for example, a restaurant. Okay, say for example, a GP restaurant. Okay, site. So in such a way, the company name or the client name or the project name can be the database name, and the collection name is nothing but a table name. Yeah. So here I created employees, but I have not yet created any data here. Okay, I will add the data later. Just wait. So first, so two softwares are installed here. Right. Next, two more softwares you need to install. What are they? First of all, you need to, whenever you want to create an application, okay, I mean that right now here, I want to use Node Express to communicate with the backend MongoDB database. right? So here, open the command prompt here. Type node. See, this is right now on my system, node is there. Node, okay, version 18.18.20.7. Okay, right. Anyway, I will show you the installation of node also. Don't worry. This is node. Let us go back. Go to the command prompt and type node. See, node is not recognized as internal or external command. Okay. See, some people may use Python, some people may use Java, some people may use .NET. Okay. I am using Node Express. So go to the Google, type Node.js download. Node.js is nothing but the cross development platform to execute the JavaScript and JavaScript based framework applications, right? Which makes JavaScript standalone. That is the beauty of Node. You can execute .js files independently, just like C language, just like C++, just like Java, just like C Sharp. Like, so here download Node.js. So multiple versions are there. Okay. So go for, see, let us see the versions. Different versions are there. See, for every software, for Python or for .NET or for Java, okay, LTS versions need to be downloaded, long-term support. So you can use 18, you can use 20, you can use 22 also. So always you need to check your original production server. Okay, that is with which version you need to use the same version here also. So I am using 18.18.2. Okay, you can use 20 also, no issues. Select it. Okay, it is operating system is Windows. Now here see Windows installer. Click on this. See that it is downloaded. Node. So open it. See that. Welcome to Node.js setup wizard. Next. Accept. Next. Program files Node.js. Click on next. Now, whenever you are installing it, please observe Node.js runtime. So to execute, this is the main key point for JavaScript. Actually, either for Mern or Mean or Vue or Next.js or any. So actually, JavaScript is executed by JavaScript execution engines, which are embedded inside the browsers. So the Chrome uses V8. Okay, some other uh, browsers uses different their own, okay, spider monkey, okay, chakra, in such a way different are there. So now here, yeah, you can use 22, no issues. Only the see the node version, whenever you are using the latest version, you must be, it is not about if you are practicing JavaScript, no issues. But whenever you're developing the backend logic, then the compatibility issues rises, because if you are using Node Express to contact to communicate with MySQL or SQL Server or MongoDB, okay, the driver you are using, okay, the version mismatch may occur. That is the most important point. Okay, so some Node versions may not match exactly with the backend driver versions. Okay, you need to check. That is. So Node.js runtime, just like JRE, Java Runtime Environment, just like CLR, Common Language Runtime for .NET, in such a way to execute JavaScript and JavaScript based applications, Node.js runtime. Next, NPM, Node Package Manager, right? See, whenever you are developing your projects by using either Java or Python or C#.NET, okay, you need, see, alone these languages, okay, alone these languages unable to provide all the libraries. You need different other third-party libraries. But they are maintained by repository. For every vendor, I mean that for every language, they have their own repositories. Okay. So one of the repository for Node cross-platform is NPM, Node Package Manager, right? Just like for .NET, you have NuGet Package Manager, right? Here also NPM, Node Package Manager. Now it is installing NPM command to manage that packages, either to install, either to upgrade, or either to uninstall. And there are so many other options by using NPM, not only to manage the packages. Next, add to path. To use the node command from anywhere, okay, adding path is very important. So you no need to modify anything, just I'm explaining. Just click on next button. Okay, I don't need any additional software right now. Don't check this. Click on next button. Right. Finish. So if any command prompt is already opened, okay, just close it and open that command prompt once again. No, see this. Now press Ctrl D to come back to the normal prompt. This is. Okay, node is ready. Next, you need to install editor IDE. That is VS Code. So again, go for Chrome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, is there a different configuration for Java and Python for MongoDB?
Yeah, you have different configuration. You need to use different drivers, and the compatibility issues are different. This is here in this I am showing how to communicate with MongoDB using Node Express. I mean JavaScript, especially.
We can
So
do, we can configure it with Java as well.
see, you can use any front-end language, no issues. You can use .NET, you can use Java, you can use Python, but the drivers, okay, the mechanism, okay, which you are using, okay, that is different. Okay, that is. So here it is for Windows. See, I want the editor IDE. Okay, that is VS Code. The editor also changes. Sometimes some people may use my Eclipse for Java. For .NET, okay, they may use Visual Studio, right? Now,
So, sir, can we use this one connection in for both Java and JavaScript as well?
Java,
Yes, sir.
Java,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. See, the URL is same, but the remaining total code changes. Remember that.
Yeah, but
Okay,
can we change?
JavaScript code is not suitable for Java. Okay.
No, sir. But the one we have one connection. Can we use one connection in multiple platforms for Java and for JavaScript also? Yeah, the connections may be
See
different
multiple
for
client applicants can communicate with backend single database, no issues.
uh,
See, for example, I want to tell you, are you using Amazon app?
yes, sir.
Amazon app is built by some mobile technology, Android app, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you using Amazon website?
Yes,
Okay, that is another application. Two applicants are using common database or not?
yes, sir.
That is a point, simple. Okay, a desktop application is built by website is built by one technology, and mobile app is built by one technology. Both are communicating with the same database, right or wrong?
Yes, sir. See.
Yeah, that is a point. Yeah. So now we are install Visual Studio Code. They are using same common layer, data access layer through web API. That is important point. See this. Mobile app connects with web API, and web API connects with data access layer. Data access layer connects with backend database. Now the web application also communicates with the web API, and web API communicates with the data access layer, and data access layer communicates with the backend database. That is the structure. Data layer, data access layer, and component layer, and web API, and the front end. So totally 5 layers in the full stack project. Now, accept the agreement. Next. So don't uncheck anything and don't check anything. Just click on next button. Install. Launch the Visual Studio. No need of that. Finish. So totally 4 softwares we installed. So now, so let us see the VS Studio. VS, yes, Visual Studio Code. Click on it. Right. In the file, see here, just new text file, new new window with profile. There is no any option like new project. Please try to understand. This VS Code is a code editor and it is not tightly coupled with any environment. Okay, you can use VS Code for JavaScript, you can use VS Code for HTML, you can use VS Code for Python, Java, and different languages. But it is not binded with any specific environment. So it is purely lightweight. That's why it is more popular. Okay, so by using different additional softwares, okay, you can add new functionality to the VS Code depending upon the project you are working. They are called as extensions. These are called extensions. Okay. Here, you can search your extension depending upon the technology you are using for your project, and you can install that extensions so that it provides additional functionality. But by default, it never provides anything. By default, it recognizes HTML, JavaScript, all. Okay, only front end. That's all. So if you want C#, I mean .NET or Java or Python, okay, any other additional functionality, you need to add relevant extensions. So the file explorer, it shows about the uh, currently opened project folder. That is right. So now we need to create a project first. So how to create a project? So here 2 options. First, create one folder somewhere in the system. New folder. Okay. I created a folder called Online Mart app. Now open that folder by using VS Code. Go to the file. Open folder. Select that empty folder, Online Mart app. So select it. And open that folder by using File Explorer. See that. Now, any files inside that folder? No, empty. Now you need to make this as one project. Which project? Node project. So how? Go to the view, terminal. Okay, please observe that your terminal shows a path, okay, which is mapped with your currently opened folder. My currently opened folder is Online Mart app. Now my terminal path is also Online Mart app. Now here you need to use, you see, the terminal is nothing but command prompt actually. So whatever the commands applicable are available at the command prompt, all that commands can be applied here also. So here, to make this folder as a project, okay, npm space init, okay. So just initialization, okay, enter npm space init. So then see this. It is asking about your package name. means project name. My folder name is nothing but the package name, online marked app. Plus enter. What is the version you are giving right now? Present is the later, it is the initial version. So 1.0.0, I want to use the same. Enter. Description. So just a description about your project. Okay, the entry point. It is a JavaScript project. The JS file is the starting point. Okay, what is that entry point? A project contains collection of multiple files developed by multiple technologies by multiple people. I mean multiple programmers. When a request is came to your project, which file need to be executed first? Okay, for a web application, it is called a home page. Now, in the same way, here, what is the entry point, starting one? When a request is came, which file is going to be executed as response to that request by default? So that is called index.js. Either this index word is very, very important. Okay, so index.php, index.js, index.java, right? So almost every project, okay, every technology uses the word index because the web server automatically identifies the word index by default. So when no name is specified from the client side, press enter, right? I'm not going to use, I don't want to provide any data for these all options. Just press enter.
Excuse me,
That's
sir.
all. Just a minute. Right. So finally press enter. That's all. So that with this given information, one configuration file is created for you. Okay. In the given online mark folder. Go to the file explorer. See this package.json. This is. So this is the information about this project. But what kind of project you are going to create? You want to make it. I want to make it as a, I want to create it as a Express Web API to connect with backend MongoDB. That is important point. So I need to add the required library for this. They are called as node modules. See, for Java, the required library are called packages. If you want to connect with any backend Java compatible database, you need to use JDBC like that. So the JDBC library, okay. So import Java dot that SQL, like so different namespace, sorry, packages are there. In the same way for .NET namespaces, okay, using system.data.sql client, that is. So in such a way, each language comes up with the specified library to communicate with the backend database, and there comes up with specified library to create an application model. Application model means I want to create web API. For that, which library I'm going to use? In Java, the Spring Boot modules. Okay. So here in .NET, ASP.NET Web API. Now here, Node Express library. So to create Web API, one library is required, predefined library. To communicate with MongoDB, some specific library is required. And to resolve different problems, we need different other API also. Okay. Here they are called as node modules. Okay. For Java, they are called packages. Okay. Yeah, for .NET, they are called as namespaces. Concept is same, but only the technical words are different. So which library do you need right now? I want to create Express Web API. Okay, the Web API, right? What is Web API? Web API is nothing but functions which are located on server, okay, which are executed as response to the client requests, which are based on HTTP protocol. That's all. Okay, HTTP protocol means HTTP protocol. Whenever you create, if you know about HTML, in the HTML form is there. In that form, for the form tag, there are two attributes: method equal to post and method equal to get. Now, in the same way, the multiple request types are there. They are request type equal to post, get, put, patch, delete. Okay. So whenever a request is raised to the backend, okay, that should be according to the HTTP protocol. It is not according to the any specific language. That is important point. Whatever may be the backend technology used to develop the backend web API. Remember that. So here, see, I will take the time to explain about the web API. Web API are nothing but a function which takes request along with data and performs some operation and sends the response to the front end. That is. So the API is nothing but a function. That's very simple. API is nothing but a function, okay, which takes request along with data, sometimes without data also. Next, it executes some logic, maybe database logic, maybe mailing logic, maybe some other logic, whatever the business logic you want. Okay, and after that, it prepares the response and it sends the data to the client from which it has received the request. So receiving of request and sending of response should be done according to HTTP protocol. So the best nature of web API is it can communicate with any front end. Okay, see, now you developed web API by using Express. Okay, it is a node based one. So the front end could be any. The front end could be an Android application. The front end could be an iPhone application. The front end could be an Angular application. The front end could be a React application. So here, which client application is allowed to communicate with backend web API? Very, very simple. A client application which follows HTTP protocol, okay, is used to communicate with the backend web API. That is the only rule. That's all. You no need to, there is no any proprietary standard here. Okay. Suppose the web API developed by Java, only Java application is allowed to communicate with the backend web API. No, that is. So for a web API, front end can be any. Only the rule is the front end application able to raise request according to HTTP protocol and able to receive the response according to HTTP protocol. That's all. But how much extent it is appropriate, how much extent it is independent, that depends upon the implementation of REST principles, representational state transfer. Okay, right. There are some principles are there. Right. So I will tell you one by one. So here the web API responds only based on the request type. Remember that. Which method need to be executed? See, suppose for example, there is a method called add. When you call add, then only add method executes. When there is a method called delete, delete method executes only when you call delete. This is the regular standard of any language. But in web API, add method is executed for a specific request type. Okay, not to, you no need to call add. That is, you should not call. That is very also important. Okay, you need to call everything according to HTTP. Remember that. Okay, right now you need to create a right. See the IoT devices, everything. Okay, only thing is they are able to communicate with they are able to raise the request according to HTTP protocol and they are able to receive the response according to HTTP protocol or not. This is the key point, main fundamental key point. Remaining things are later. Remaining things are secondary. Okay, now
Sir, excuse me, sir.
just a minute. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I'm getting error in the terminal that the Windows has disabled scripts and
Maybe some firewall or anything is blocked. Okay, please check it. Okay, right. We'll see that errors later. First of all, I want to show at least one API first. Okay. Now you need to create the application. Okay. To create the node expressor, what are the different library you need? Now, if you see this code, see this. First, I need express library. And I need, see, to solve the front end problems. Here I am showing the complete application. Actually, some libraries are not required for you. Remember that. So CORS, cross origin resource sharing. When the client and the server applications are running from two different ports, okay, so this cross origin resource sharing problem comes. Okay, because the the request raised by the client is treated as an unsecured request or untrusted request. So to solve that problem, we are going to use CRS library. Next, we need Mongo library, MongoDB library to communicate with, to write the database logic. For that, we need MongoDB library. So these are the three libraries you need. Okay, how to get these three libraries? For that purpose, npm, just npmjs.com. This is the library. Okay, our repository, we can say. So here type express. Fast, unopinionated, minimalist web framework. Now this is the command install npm space I means install space express. Copy this and go to the terminal here, paste it. npm space I space express. Now observe in the file explorer, online mart app. It is just with only one file called package.json. That's all, not more than that. Now, whenever this command is executed, see this npm space I space express. See that added 69 packages, and it added one more file here, package-log.json. Okay, which maintains about the packages which you have downloaded right now, from which location you have downloaded, and which versions are downloaded. Right. I will show you once again. So the package-lock, which packages are downloaded and which versions are downloaded and from which location they are downloaded. That all that information is maintained by package-log.json, and that downloaded libraries are stored inside the node modules folder. These are. See this is the Express library. Assume that these are like packages in our Java, okay, and namespaces in .NET. Now, I will show you one more time. See this, go to the Google and type, see that npm, search, npmjs.com. Click on this. In the search, type express, search. Then the first one, see this, express, exact match, express. Click on it. On the right side here, the install command is there. npm space I express. Copy this and go to the terminal, go to the VS Code, and the terminal is already opened. Okay, here paste that command, enter. That's all. Okay. Next, I want to write a database logic. Express is to write a web API. Express is write to web API. Okay. But where is the database logic? Express is to receive the request and to give the response. Right. But where is the database logic? So the database logic is from MongoDB. So that same in the npm search, use MongoDB. Right, exact match. The official MongoDB driver for Node.js. Click on it. npm space I space MongoDB. Copy this. npm space I space MongoDB. Enter. Right. Next. Next, after that, CORS is not required right now. But anyway, suppose I want to make it a complete application. That's why the CORS library, cross-origin resource sharing. Because in our full stack application, front-end application runs on one port number. Okay, I mean maybe React or Angular. Okay, the backend web API runs on some other, that is. So to solve that problem, go back. and here CORS. Right, exact match. Node.js CORS middleware. Click on this. Copy. Come back to the terminal. npm space I space CORS. Right. So totally 3 required libraries are installed. Now here, see, in the online mart app, on the right side, in the file explorer, see this, in the file explorer, on the right side of the folder name, plus symbols are there. See, in this plus symbol, the first one is to add a new file. The second one is to add a new folder. Now click on the first plus symbol. It is asking the file name. Give the file name as index.js. Index.js. Okay, right. So this is the file. Now in this file, first you need to prepare web API. Web API means web API is nothing but methods, okay, which are able to receive the request and which are able to give the response. Now it is a JS file, means JavaScript functions. Everything is a JavaScript method. Okay, right. So here you need, see, you need to write methods which receives request and which receives response. So the request and response are according to HTTP protocol. That's why they are not normal methods. They are web API methods. So that web API behavior is provided by Express library. That is important point. By using that Express constructor, we are going to create an object. That object encapsulates the entire behavior of web API. Remember that. That is the simple thing of JavaScript. I mean that Node Express. Okay, so first, whatever the library we need, I am importing them from the basic libraries. That is into my local variables. See this constant express equal to require of express. I am getting from the node modules library, from the node modules express library, I am getting that into express. This is a local variable. Okay, CORS, require of CORS, and I am getting Mongo client class from MongoDB library. Okay, it is a class Mongo client, right? Now, right, next. After that, come back to our compass. Right. See, this is your URL. Okay, URI, see this here. Resource identifier. MongoDB : /localhost : 27017. This is the connection string where your database is available, right? So,
location.
yeah. So here, see this. So you need to maintain that connection string details in one variable. That is fixed. Database may change, but the connection string details never changes. So constant connection string URL equal to MongoDB : /localhost : 27017. Right. Now the libraries are ready with the values. Okay, with URL. Now I need express that web API behavior. See in JavaScript how simple it is. I mean in Node Express, very simple. Just create an object by using Express constructor. That's all. Constant app equal to express. What is this app? Nothing but variable. But it is a variable which contains the entire behavior of web application. Remember that. That's why it is named as app. App means application. The entire application, okay, is web API application that is encapsulated by this object. This object is created by this constructor. This is creates an express application. See that the express function is a top level function exported by express module. So this function creates an object, okay, and that is assigned to app. This app contains the total behavior which is related to an application model called web API. Okay, what is that? It contains some functions. Okay, what is web API application? It contains some functions, I mean some API, which receives request and performs some application, some logic, and prepares some data, and they sends the response according to HTTP protocol. Now, all that API are inside this app, okay, in the form of JavaScript methods. Now, right now, this application, see, it is a web API, means web application. Web application runs on web server. And on that web server, there is a chance of execution of different types of applications. Okay, multiple web applications. So to differentiate one application with another application, okay, each application is identified with a port number, just like uh, earlier I explained, right? So now this web API is created by our JavaScript program. Whenever the index.js is executed, it executes all the code and it creates an app object. That app object is nothing but web API, and you need to allocate some port number to it, and you need to start that server. That is the point. Now in that in that web API application, there are no methods. There are no web API. Remember that. This is to get the, see, I will explain. Once we entered the code, you are able to understand, because see, this app is to get the, is to behave, to create the web API. Okay, where is the database logic? Okay, so I am getting client. Okay, it is a class. Remember that I am getting the client. I am getting one particular element. Okay, from this MongoDB, there are so many other, but I am getting only one. This one, right? So now, next, see, this is called exports and imports. We have different kinds of exports and imports in the node. Okay, right? So now you are adding some additional functionality to the your web application. Your web API should be CORS enabled, right? I mean that CORS problem should be resolved, so that that CORS functionality need to be added to our web application. Okay, it is called middleware, and at the same time, it should able to understand the URLs, okay, which comes up with the complex data. So, and I mean, I'm explaining in a simple way. Next, whenever the request comes up with JSON data, it should able to handle, so that I'm adding some middlewares, because the middlewares comes between the front-end client and the back-end web API to solve the problems of to solve some complex problems, or to make the complex things simple. That is, so the back-end web API, front-end client. So it is a pre-logic. Middleware is nothing but like a pre-logic. Suppose, for example, in a company, manager is there, but a person who wants to meet the manager, first they need to meet. Okay, they should be verified by security guard. So security guard is like a middleware. Once security guard verifies, then the person is allowed to meet the front office executive. The front office executive is another middleware. The front office executive verifies the person who came, and later he send it to maybe the personal secretary of the manager. Just assume. Okay, right? Okay, instead of manager, assume that CEO. Then the personal secretary of the CEO verifies that person who came to meet CEO, then only he send it to meet the CEO. So it means the people who came in between the CEO and the person who wants to meet the CEO are nothing but middlewares. So they will check that person, and they will verify the documents, and they will convey the information, and even sometimes they will solve the problem, okay, without CEO also. So that what happens, burden on the CEO gets decreased. That is the responsibility of middlewares. So the middlewares are added by using this use method. Remember that is. So they are nothing but extra functionality, right? So you are preparing your web API, okay, application, right? So you are adding some extra functionality to the web API, right? Next, after that, now you want to connect with the database. Now I am coming to the database logic. First, I want to connect with the database. How? So where is my database? This is MongoDB colon localhost colon 27017. That is. So everything is a variable, right? See this. Constant client equal to new Mongo client of this. By using this class, okay, I'm going to connect with the database. So this client is a reference variable, which points to or which refers to the backend MongoDB database consisting URL. Now, in this MongoDB, we have so many databases. With which database you want to use? With which database you want to work? So, in my database, I have online mart. So, come back. So, take the database name into a variable. See, constant DB name equal to online mart. This database name may change from project to project. Now, so ready. Now the API you need to write. I told you APIs are executed as response to the client request. Okay, that request is according to HTTP protocol. Now, the HTTP protocol request types are get, put, post, patch, delete. 5. Okay, get means whenever you want data from backend to front end, then you are going to use get. See, get all the products data. Okay, get all the employees data. Okay, just you want to show, you want to read the data. Okay, search is also nothing but a get operation. Okay, I am searching for a mobile. Okay, whose brand name is equal to Samsung, and the mobile price is maximum 10,000, and I want some RAM capacity so and so. So I will send my requirements, okay, my criteria to backend. Okay, then by receiving that criteria, okay, the backend logic searches for any mobiles are there, any Samsung mobiles are there, okay, or any MI mobiles are there, based on your criteria. They searches, and if they found, they returns that data. If they not found, then also they gives the response. Okay, no mobiles are found according to your criteria. That is the backend functionality. So here, whenever you need data from the backend, it is nothing but get request. So in your application, is there any method which process the get request? No. So here app dot, see that it is get. This is the method which executes as response to the get request. That is the key point. Okay. By default, browser raises get requests. For example, if you want to raise any other different requests, you need to use program. Okay. So method equal to post form. Okay. Or you need to use different request types. Suppose if you want, if there is no any front-end program, then you need to use two tools. Okay. One is Postman. Second one is Fiddler. Okay. Using which you can raise manual requests to the backend web API. Because whenever the web API is developed as a separate layer, how to test it without having the front-end application? So the Postman or Fiddler are the front-end tools which are used to test the backend web API. Now, see app.get. So you can get employees data, you can get products data, you can get categories data, you can get customers data. So get is okay, HTTP protocol point of view, but customer point of view, I mean user point of view, get is not most appropriate. Okay, it should be get request, no doubt, but I need an appropriate name for it. So an appropriate URL, because URL should reflect the request function, the requested data, right? Get means what? Which data? Okay, so for that purpose, we are going to use a URL called, a endpoint called /get employees. So whenever your URL includes /get all employees, then okay, it executes this get method. Now, according to the front end request, okay, which method executes? Where is the method which returns employees data? That is the second argument here. So in JavaScript, functions can be three types: named function, unnamed function, and arrow function. And next, there are two words in JavaScript. higher order function and callback function, callback method. A function which is passed as an argument to a method or to another function is called callback method. A function which receives object as input and a function which returns function as an output value, that is called higher order function. Now to this get method, see, to work with employees data or to work with customer data, to work with product data, to work with category data, or to work with customer data or any type of data, you are going to use get only, right? I mean to read the data, right? But the point is, where is that functionality which is working with employees data? That functionality is nothing but you need to write that functionality, and that functionality need to be provided to this get method. How? As like an arrow method or as like an argument. Okay, write the function and provide that functionality to the get method, okay, as an input. So here, see this. See, I am using arrow method here, right? This is now this arrow method. What is the web API functionality? Which is able to receive the request and able to give the response. Request object as an argument and response object as a, okay, as second argument. These requests and responses are nothing but HTTP request and HTTP response. Request object is used to handle a request which comes to this API, and response object is used to send the response from this API to front end. So request object comma response object. Now suppose assume that a Amazon website is there. I want to see the product data, and you also wants to see the product data. Everyone wants to see the product data. So everyone opened the website and everyone selected a category called, for example, mobiles or vegetables, some category, okay, or some like some uh, some books, okay, some category selected by the visitor. Now only one user selects the category. I mean, one user searches for data. No, multiple users, right? It means while one user searching for data, another user also allowed to search for the data parallelly or not. This is a very important point. Question yourself. While you are working on Amazon, okay, while you are searching for one product on Amazon, or while you are getting the data from Amazon, the product data, another user is also allowed to get the data or not. It means while one function is working for you to give the data, other users are also, okay, allowed to see the data or not. Yes. If yes, who provides the data for them? The same functionality. So it is called asynchronous. While one functionality is working, okay, it never keeps the other users waiting. The rest of the code is under waiting. So that asynchronously, while one functionality is executing without completing it, okay, without completing it, okay, it is allowed to it allows to execute other, okay. So that's why it is asynchronous. Async, remember that. So this web API should be async. That is a key point. Okay. So now in this web API, you need to write the logic. A logic which connects with database, and a logic which connects with database and which may perform something, and finally it gives the response. But that response should be according to HTTP protocol. This is while connecting with database. Okay, what happens? You are the only user connecting with database in the real time. No, hundreds and thousands of users connecting with database by using front end. So that you raised the you want to connect with database, okay, but at the same time, so many users are already connected, and along with you, so many users are trying to connect, so that for you it is only one database server, but database server point of view, there are so many requests. So to execute your connect logic, okay, depending upon the connection pool size, or depending upon the capability of server, okay, it may take time to connect. Without connecting, the code should not execute further. Remember that. How much time it may take, that much time it should wait, then only the rest of the code is allowed to execute. That's why await here. Await means waiting for the completion of connect function. Connect method should be executed first successfully, then only, okay, it starts executing the remaining code. Otherwise, rest of the code is not allowed to execute. Remember that. Okay, that is very important point. So that's why it is await. It should be executed in synchronous mode only. Even though it is a synchronous function, the internal logic is synchronous. Synchronous means waiting. Without connecting with database, how can you execute the remaining code? That is important point. So you should wait for the completion of connect method. Now while using the connect method uses this connection string, this one, MongoDB colon localhost colon 27017. Suppose maybe this URL is wrong, maybe this port number is wrong, maybe the MongoDB server is down, it is not active, it is down, it is stopped, so that the connect method can connect with MongoDB? No. So it may fail. That's why it is try catch, except handling. Suppose if the connection is failed, then it comes to catch block, and by using the response object, it is going to send the response. According to REST principles, the response should be in the form of status codes only. So there are 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, 400 series, and 500 series, right? So 200 is okay for always positive. Okay, 201, it is for created. If anything is created newly, added something. Now, if any internal server is error is occurred, then response object dot status of 500, it is status code dot error message, because 500 is not understandable to anyone. Then send internal server error. And what is that error? What is that error message? Because you are a developer, you need to know what happened. That's why error dot message, right? So the thrown error object, because in Java it is exception class object. Now here it is error object, error. The implicit error object is received by this catch, and the error object dot message, it returns error message. So internal server error plus the error message according to the code, right? That is sent to the front end. Next, suppose if connect method is executed successfully, then I'm going to print console.log connected successfully to the server. Now in that MongoDB server, which database you want? Now client.db, DB is a method using which I am able to select the database. So client.db of DB name. What is the DB name? Online mart. That is. Now in that DB, okay, which in that DB, which collection you want? Employees. So that, see this, DB dot collection of employees, that is pointed by collection. Up to here, it is okay. Okay, here the query starts. This is important. I want all the data. Okay, now you are the only person trying to get all the data? No. Okay, see, thousands of users are trying to get same data. It means again same problem. Okay, query. Okay, query from customer 1, query from customer 2, I mean client 1, client 2, client 3, thousands of clients are there. All the clients are raising same query, right? Or maybe different queries. So that here see, collection means the collection object means employees dot find, collection dot find is a method, okay, which retrieves all the data based on the given criteria, and it returns all the data in the form of array. That is important point. Find method finds the required data in the collection. Okay, the collection object pointing to employees. Now in the employees collection, it finds all the data. Finds means it finds the data based on the criteria. But here The find method input is empty curly braces. Empty curly braces means no criteria. Okay, suppose he select star from employees where employee name equal to John. Select star from employees where the ID name equal to so and so. Select star from employees where designation equal to so and so. Okay, select star from employees where some city equal to so and so, like that, or department equal to so and so. There is no any such type of criteria here. Okay, I have not written like any city where Bangalore or city Chennai, not like that. Okay, or name John, like that. So no input, no criteria. It is empty object. It is a criteria object here. It's the opening curly brace and closing curly brace. In JavaScript, opening and closing curly brace are called as objects. It is empty object. Empty object means no criteria. Remember that. There is no criteria. So when there is no criteria, it means it fetches all the data. That is the point. So the find method with empty criteria returns all the data, right? Now that data need to be converted into an array. So the output of find method is converted as array, and that array is given to a variable called find result variable. Now you need to send that data to frontend. So here res.status of 200. 200 means when the request is executed successfully, then you are going to return 200 OK. Dot send along with data. Okay, just 200 is not enough because you need data. That's why request object, sorry, the response object with the status code plus data. Send find result. Find result contains the output which is written by find method. That is a key point. So this is one method. Okay, get API. It is now get API. Now you want to write all the APIs. app.post, app.delete. Okay. Now, see that. Suppose this app.get. Now you can use app.post. You can use app.put. See this one. Now app.delete. That is. Now app.patch. That is. These are all. Right. Now you provided functionality to the get method of the app. So it means in our Express application, okay, expression application, get method is with functionality. There are no any other API. Now you need to make your application is ready right now with only one API called get. Now how to make this API available to the front end? It means it is a web application, need to be hosted on server, okay, and a port number is need to be assigned to it, and that URL need to be made available to the front end. So for that purpose, at the end, once I prepared the express object completely with all the methods, then start the application app.listen. Listen means the web application waiting for our request. Okay, it is in listening mode. At which port number? 4000. Now, how to know that the app application means our express application is started? Okay, whenever the listen method starts the server with app, okay, at a port number 4000, and it executes this callback method, console log express server started at port number 4000. So this is a simple web API with get method. Okay, so now you need employee data. So how to this employee data? Okay, now just prepare one object, opening curly brace and closing curly brace with ID colon 9001, first name colon John, last name colon Miller, salary some 3000, gender colon male, city Chennai. Just create, copy this object. Right here, this employees, add data. Select this. Okay, I want to insert a document. Select this. Now here, that is. Okay, I removed the existing code here. See this, paste one or more documents here. You can specify any number of objects here. Okay, now right now I am with only one object, insert. That is, for every inserted object, okay, to identify it uniquely, okay, MongoDB provides a property called a key called underscore ID, and it is provided with object ID. Okay, so this is it is a unique ID value provided by MongoDB for every inserted object. Right now, right now our MongoDB server with online mart DB database with employees collection with one document means one object. Now execute this application. Suppose here, see on the right side of the index.js, if any circle appears, okay, it means some unsaved code is there. So here there is no any circle like that. Suppose if you want to see, suppose you just press any space, see that a round dark circle, right? Just press Control S, save. Node, how to execute this? Node space, the JavaScript file name, index.js. See that Express server started at port number 4000. Okay. Now, what is the URL? Okay. Server is running locally. So localhost colon 4000. The port number is 4000. And what is this? Get all employees. You need to use this. So copy this. It is a GET request. You may use Postman or you may use browser also. It is a GET request and the type the URL http colon // localhost colon, it is running at 4000 / get all employees. Now send the request. See that. See this. It is the data. At the bottom, see this. Data in the JSON format, see. Status code is 200. Okay. It is executed in 40 milliseconds. Right. You can use this as it is a GET request. You can use it from any browser also. See that? You are getting the data. Okay, you can see the developer tools. Get all employees. See this. This is the request URL header. Request method get status code. See, it is not modified. See, go to the response. See, this is the response. The web API response is always data, not HTML. Remember that. Okay. That is response. The data should be received by the front-end application and it need to be formatted and it should be presented. That's why the front-end Angular or React, that is. So this is, see, here the database logic is MongoDB query. Okay, this is this one. This is query. MQL. Okay. So MongoDB query language collection object dot find, and find method is without any input parameters. So it is empty object, means there is no any criteria. Whenever the find method is without criteria, it means it assumes that client requesting all the data. Okay, so that it returns all the data. Okay, there is no any filter condition, so that whatever the data it is returned by the find method, okay, it is converted into array and that array is given to this find result. That is clear, all of you? Hello? So this is the way, okay, you are going to write the remaining methods also. Okay, in the next coming session, I'm going to add post logic, put logic, and all the logics one by one. I'm going to get only one into this name. Okay. This is, I told you now, it is export and imports. Remember that. Okay. I'm getting, see, a library means a module means it is with so many. From this, I'm getting only one. Clear? That is. We have different types of exports and imports, right? That is.
Hello, sir.
See, you can by using this, suppose, see, I'm going to I'm going to import, I'm going to use only this one, right? Suppose I am going to get only one. Okay, suppose I want to get more, then put the comma here and specify whatever the elements you want. That is. And if you want export and imports, it's a little bit lengthy concept. Okay, from a how to create a module, and from that module, how many types of export statements are there? Okay, is it only one, or if that export is only an object? Okay, what is the story? Okay, if it is just a class, what is the how to use it here? That is. See, it is a highly abstract. It is not possible to explore all the points. Okay, that is the point. So this is see connected to server. Here we are getting the output. The program is executing. Right. So this is about one method. So this is the MongoDB logic here. This is database logic, and this is a API logic. Okay, the API, I mean the custom application consuming the database logic, and it is getting the data, and that is given to the front end. That is. So right. So you can explore these methods, okay, manually by using a MongoDB shell. That is also okay. That is called query language, MQL. MongoDB query language. Okay, that is okay. You can just like you can practice just like how you practice this SQL statements manually from the command line. In the same way, you can practice these methods also. Right. Okay. Right. So I will add this code to the document, and today I will share that document. You can practice it, and tomorrow, I mean tomorrow means in the next coming session, I'm going to implement the remaining methods also. Okay, once all these methods are completed, it means a API with all the code operations to add, delete, edit, find, and all. Yeah. See, Mongoose is ORM. Remember that. Okay, Mongo client is a normal one. Okay, Mongoose is ODM. Okay, you can use schema, you can prepare schema for it. Okay, and you can I mean you can manipulate everything very easily. Okay, data access layer, ORM framework. Okay, in your general words, okay, you can say Mongoose is a ODM or ORM, object relational mapper. You are going to create a schema for it. Okay, for every property. Okay, you can specify. Suppose you have here you have see this. Here you have ID. What is the type of ID? Okay, what is the type of first name? What is the type of last name? What is the type of salary, gender, and city? And whenever you are taking the data from front end, okay, that front end object data is according to the type specified or not. So then how can you do that? So it is a collection of see next. How many objects are there here in this collection? Okay, the front end collection is mapped to it. Whenever you are making the modification on the front end collection inside the program, okay, they are automatically affected to the backend database. Okay, these are all completely performed by that Mongoose. Yeah. That is again another procedure. It takes more time to show it. That's why. See this. Mongoose ODM. Okay. Or in our general term, you can call it as ORM also. Okay. Right. Right. See, today I'm going to share because last day that class link technically it is not available to me. Okay, that upload option. So today I got it. So after adding this code, okay, I will share that document today. Okay, it is 8:42 by 9:10. You will get that. Okay, the classroom link.
There
Hello,
will be
sir.
Yeah.
classroom Monday then.
This classroom link, under this classroom link, you are going to get this code.
Sir, there will be classroom Monday also.
Yeah, Monday. It will be Monday is there. Monday I will complete the remaining put, post, delete, and patch operations. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
yeah, here two type of ID it is generated. What is first ID?
I told you, no, it is a primary key. It is automatically generated by
Yeah.
underscore ID. It is automatically added to the every object by the MongoDB. It is like a primary key. It is unique. Okay,
Okay.
whether you have any domain based primary key or not. Okay, sometimes the domains may not provide the in the real time. Sometimes the domains may not have the ID key. Suppose if you are developing a software for school, okay, in the for an entity called student, admission ID is the primary key, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, now the primary key is created by the database designer, or it is provided by the domain data itself. It is provided by
Database.
domain data, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes suppose you went into a restaurant, you are developing an application for a restaurant. Okay, the restaurant owner provides all the items data. Okay, they won't provide primary key, right or wrong?
Yes.
Because they says that okay, we are going to provide North Indian dishes, South Indian dishes of various kinds. Just they will give the name and price and all. Okay, so there
Yeah.
is no any primary key in that dishes data, right? So
Yeah.
you need to create primary. You need to add primary key to it to make it manageable, right? If any such
Yeah.
kind of in the same way for every object, even though your data may be with a primary key value or not, but for every object to make it uniquely identifiable, MongoDB adds one ID, okay, whose key is underscore ID and it is of type object ID. Okay, that is this object ID value changes from object to object.
Okay. This object ID it is editable. No? We are
It is not
convenient
at
to
all
edit
editable.
it.
Okay, it is provided by,
Okay.
see, primary keys are not editable, right? Is
Yes. Yes. Okay.
yeah, right. Okay,
Sir,
thank you.
one more
Thank you,
thing.
all of you.
One,
Right.
hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Yeah. One more
yeah, tell
thing.
me.
Instead of in Mongo, previously instead of Compose, I'm using Mongo D actually.
Hmm.
Mongo D also it is same like Compose, right?
Hmm. Tell me.
No, no, sir. Just I'm asking.
You are using
Actually,
Mongo shell.
yeah, Mongo shell and Mongo DB, same like Compose. One more tool is there actually.
Your voice is not clear. You are talking about Mongo shell or any other tools, because here, see, I will tell
Same,
you.
yeah,
Just a
same
minute, just
like
a minute. Please be
yeah,
online.
yeah.
Please be online. We have so many tools. Okay. See this. These are all different tools. Okay. Among this, some tools are maybe similar, some tools are maybe different. Okay. Among these, which tools you are using, that depends upon your environment and that depends upon your company. Okay. That is.
Okay,
Okay. That is the point.
okay, sir.
Right. So generally we use Compass and DB shell, these two. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So recordings are also available through the this classroom link. Recordings and classroom notes and everything is available through this classroom link. Okay. Right. Right. Thank you. And in the next session, I'm going to complete the remaining 4 methods. And after that, I will show you some commands related to some library related to the that MQL. Okay. Right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, another form is there, right? Atlas, like MongoDB Atlas, something.
Yeah. Yeah, video recording also you can get Sandeep in a classroom link.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there is a, yeah, just a minute. Right. Okay. So that's all for today. And once I completed this functionality and MQL, then I will explain the brief about the other tools also. Okay. Because if you, it is, see, even this API is also is not a fully optimized API. Remember that it is just a overview, right? Because you need to implement the design patterns to implement this to separate the data, to isolate the database logic from the web API. Remember that. And here I am not using any model class. That is also very important. So generally we need to use model class with it is called component layer. So you need to use you need to create component layer MVC. Okay, in the but here it is not view. View is not there. Remember that. So model and controller we need to use. Here the controller is nothing but web API. Assume that. Okay, because every entity carries. See, it is about, see, the web API related to one particular entity, and model class related to one particular entity, and validations related to one particular entity. Okay, database logic related to one particular entity. Totally, how many things you need to create when you want to implement this backend? Okay, in a project way, three things. Okay, APIs of employee, model class of API. Okay, validations of API. Sorry, employee. Next, database logic of, I mean, add, edit, delete, find, search, and all, whatever they are. So totally four things you need to create. All four things are created inside the same file in our example right now. But in the real time, it is not like that. Remember that. You need to make it as four parts. That is very important point. Okay, that is the key. Right. So if you want to develop, if you want to divide this application into in such a way, say I told you, API separate. Next, entity wise. Okay, model classes need to be created a separate layer with validations, with schema and all. Next, database logic you need to create. Okay, and a component layer, database logic, API. These are all need to be created separately, and they are all finally integrate need to be referred through the export and imports. So it is again a pure lengthy logic. Okay, it is called entire architecture. Remember, and model, controller. Remember, component layer. These three need to be created. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Sir, share the notes, sir.
Yeah, I will share the notes. But it will within
Okay.
10 minutes you will get it. Okay.
Okay. Sir,
Yeah.
study notes I couldn't find.
Yeah. After 10 minutes
Yes,
you
sir.
are going to get this. Okay. I'm not
So the whole.
updated. I will add this
Okay.
code and I will update. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Thank
Sir,
you. Sir, good
tomorrow is
night.
class or Monday?
Yeah, Monday. Monday we are going to continue. I will complete these remaining methods. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Sir, tomorrow is class? Not.
No, there is no tomorrow. Okay.
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 On
Right.
Monday. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you.